Hello, lovelies. It's G here from Go to Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance. Okay, my sweets. All right. So I am here to bring you, okay, some information, as you can tell by the title. Okay, this is a pick a card. Get into my old bag. We're going to see how it goes. Okay, and this is going to be the next stages of your journey. So this is going to be the next steps, the next things you need to do, the next things that Spirit's going to point on you to, the next little things you need to work on, or if you're trying to possibly, you have some blocks, or if there's something that you need to work on so that you can unlock this next stage of your journey, help you walk towards the next stage of your journey. Whatever it is, I'm opening it up to your high vibrational spirits, guides, and ancestors. They coming through, okay? And we're going to get some answers for you, all right? As always, time steps are below. All right, and so we're going to get into the pile selections. So for pile 1, you're going to pick the taco, okay? I just heard Tacopalooza. I don't know why, but okay. So that's pile 1, and for pile 2, you're going to choose the cheese, okay? The cheese, okay? So again, pile 1 is taco, pile 2 is cheese. Timestamps are down below, my sweets, all right? And I'll see you in your piles. Hello, pile 1. You guys chose taco, okay? So I'm hearing you guys like it spicy. I'm also hearing like Taco Mama. You guys might really like to go out and eat tacos a lot. There might be a particular food truck like that you really like to go to and you really like the tacos from there. Like carnitas, actually, my bad. So I heard carnitas. Something about green salsa or guacamole as well. Something. Okay, so I'm also hearing the name Rebecca, so let that resonate as it does. We have some pre-shuffled cards, and I'm also going to live pull some tarot. Also, I was guided to burn a dragon's blood incense, okay? So some of you might want to work with dragon's blood. Some of you might want to get some kind of dragon blood incense or work with some kind of dragon's blood. Some of you might work with dragon spirits, okay? Or serpentine spirits. No. Yes. Okay. So your guides want to start with the Astro cards. So let's go ahead and dive in. So we have, y'all. So we have Chiron, and we have Chiron heal, and we have Pluto rebirth. And you guys look. Serpentine spirits. I was just talking about that. Definitely. So you guys are definitely going through a Kundalini awakening. That's what I'm going to say, just straight off the bat, right? You got your next stages of your journey are going to be that you're going on a Kundalini awakening. Your spirit guides are really going to be pointing out what you really need to heal, what you really need to pay attention to. You guys are going to get an Eight of Wands moment, something that's very much going to heal you. For some of you, it could be an interaction with a soulmate, particular a masculine soulmate. Now, you can also be a masculine. This doesn't have to be like romantically or physically. But let it resonate as it does for you. Okay, I'm hearing the name Christian Dior. I don't know why I just heard that. Okay, so but somebody here could have blonde hair too, or like to wear blonde, like a blonde wig. Like it's like a platinum, like icy, like platinum blonde color. Okay, it's really complimentary on you. It looks really good on you. So, or on them, whoever it is, let it resonate as it does. But you are going to be going through a Kundalini awakening, and it's going to bring about a huge rebirth and a realignment, an astrological realignment. Some of you might want to pay attention to, like, if you know, like, your birth chart or any of that. If you don't, you might want to get it read, okay? You might want to get a reading for it. Now, whether you want to get an interpretation or you want to use one of the free sites, like AstroSeek or Astrology Cafe, I think, is one of them. I'll try to remember to put the links down below if I can remember. I'll make a note right now. If you don't know about that, you might want to get it. Or if you've been thinking about getting like an astrology reading or astrology chart, analyzed. Okay, so yes, this is confirmation. Go ahead and do it. I'm really getting that with this. I'm getting that like something. See, you see how this has this like watercolor effect back here, and I was getting bleeding. So there's like something there's like two things are like merging, like two things when two become one. Yeah, so some of y'all might be having some kind of Kundalini awakening that's being triggered by some kind of sexual interaction. For some of you, this could be self-pleasure. For somebody here, especially there's a masculine here that's doing some kind of like, that might be doing some kind of retention energy, okay? So they're abstaining, they're not doing anything, whether it's self-pleasure, solo, or play with other people, right? And they're doing some kind of meditation, or they have like in their mind that they're doing like this meditation, and they're going to finally like have this big release, right? Like solo time. And it's going to be incredible. Like it's going to be incredible. And it's also going to unlock something very deep. You're going to unlock like a very deep, like block in like maybe perhaps your sacral chakra, okay? Yeah, so that's that Ace of Wands moment. So there's just like this big boom kind of energy, and then there's like this unfolding kind of energy where you're just like, oh, this is what I need to work on. This is really obvious to me. I need to heal. Like this is something that I need to heal. I'm going to focus on that, and definitely I'm going to heal. I'm hearing trust. So healing trust issues is really going to be, it's going to cause this like complete like soul realignment for you is what I'm really getting. And there's something here too, because when I was, this card right here fell on the floor when I was shuffling out your cards. And so, but I couldn't remember what card it was that fell on the floor. I was like, one of Pile One's cards fell on the floor, but I couldn't remember which one. But it's this, as soon as I saw it, I knew it was this Chiron card. And there's something here that you've been neglecting to heal, okay? Something that you have been like dipping and dodging, or you haven't been wanting to pay attention to. It's going to really come up to the forefront, or it might have, especially with this past full moon in Leo, okay, that we just had, or around some kind of time of the full moon in Leo. So it could be right now as I'm uploading this, around like the end of January. I think it was like the 25th of January. Something could have happened around that time, okay? If you're watching this sometime in the future, this energy, this reading is going to find you when it needs to. Or if you're watching this much further in the future and it's closer to like December or the end of 2024, I would definitely look out for January of 2025, because something big. It was 717 down on the clock right when I said that. Definitely you might want to look up the meaning of 717, angel number 717, okay? Yeah, they want me to do this one first. So let's keep going. Samaritan, yes. I do think you are going to have this kind of like two can tango kind of vibes here. And it could be with somebody that you're marrying with. So for some of you, okay, for some of you, this could be an indication that there could be union or some kind of meeting of like some kind of twin flame or very high vibrational soulmate. I definitely was picking that up. Again, I'm hearing that one two become one. So there's this kind of energy here. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Look at that. Look at that. There is something inside of you that you have been ignoring or that you haven't wanted to heal. Some of you are having a really powerful soulmate energy. Now, again, for some of you, this is going to be romantic. This could become physical. And for some of you, it's just going to be like a really good friend or like a mentor or somebody like that you're going to work really closely with. Now, this doesn't have to be like officially at your job. This could be somebody that you reunite with, okay, for some of you, or that you come into union with in some kind of class or some kind of something. There's like a gathering of people around. Now this could be, they're not really showing me the specifics, okay, but there's something here. There's something here about running into this person and it like being like this instant soul recognition and it really kicking off. Also, I super just realized that these cards come like they're 28 and 27. So there's something here about the fact that you're going to come into union with this person or you're going to come into union with this energy here, okay? And there's going to be like a walking back, not in a bad way, but it's going to be like something about your past is going to be healed. So something about interacting with this person. This is a person that's really going to show you. So I'm really seeing this person. I'm really feeling that for a lot of you, it is a person. There's some kind of divine orchestration in this soulmate union here between you and this person, okay? And you're going to come into union with this person. And I'm hearing within weeks. So it's coming in really quickly for a lot of you, which is funny because the Chariot card is on the back of the deck here. So yeah. Page of Pentacles too. Yeah, you're going to just be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And you definitely are going to feel Like both of you are going to feel like this is like divinely guided, like, oh, my angels or my ancestors or my, my spirit guides, they, or God, whatever, God, Allah, whatever you believe in, you're like, this was divinely orchestrated. Like we were supposed to meet, like we were supposed to come into some kind of union here. You're going to feel that way in the future about this person, because you're going to look back and be like, I healed so much because of this person. And I do see this person as what they're showing me is they're showing me two people, and they're showing me a person that's like, no, don't look at that. Don't, and this person's like, no. And they look at it and they're just like, I love this. And they just like kiss it. They're just like, I love it. I love it. I love this. Like, and so that's what it's really giving me. It's giving me something that you'd rather ignore, a part of you that you very much so reject. This could definitely be some really deep inner child healing. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you guys. I am so hyped for you guys. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. This is some really deep inner child healing that you've really been praying for, that you've been asking for, that you've been asking to be released from, that your inner self has really been like, please help me to pay attention to this. Help me to notice this. Something that you've been trying to power off, something that you've been trying to dislocate or to like dislodge yourself from, like get away from. And like Spirit's showing me like you've been like, oh, I'm working on this, and you haven't been noticing that you've been ignoring this. And this person's going to come, and you might get triggered at first because they're going to put that thing that you've been ignoring like right in your face. But then when you're like, oh my God, they're going to be like, isn't this beautiful? And you're going to be like, what? Wait, what? And they're like, isn't this beautiful? I love this part of you. Look at this. This is amazing. And there's like this flip. There's like this flip in your mind. It's like, I've never had somebody appreciate this part of me, or I've never had somebody notice this part of me and not be like, ew, gross, get it out of here. Like it's a very like sensitive subject for you, but it's something that this person is going to be like, and they're not attaching to it, right? They're not attaching to it like people have in the past. They are holding space for you to look at this, right? They are holding space and they are creating space. It's a very nurturing, loving energy. And this person is like, it's okay. You can look at it. It's okay. And you're just like, oh, okay. And they're creating like kind of like a platform, like a space. They're holding space for your soul to heal this part of you that you've been ignoring, or that you haven't quite yet been able to quite like, like I know this is an issue I need to work on, but I haven't quite found the thing that's pulled it into focus. And this person is the thing that's going to pull it into focus. Okay? Wow. Priest, yeah. So for some of you, it could be some kind of holy person, or it could be somebody that you see in very high regard. Facilitate spiritual commitments. Serves as a channel of spiritual energy. I definitely feel like this person, you're definitely, and what did I say too, right? I said this person was holding space, like, and I was like doing like this. Look at this person, like wrapping their arms around you, cupping you, holding space for you, right? Creating space. Yes, and it does feel like a divine masculine energy, but it also feels like a very nurturing energy. So it feels like somebody who is very balanced in both their divine masculine and their divine feminine. I suddenly got this like really big tickle in my throat. Excuse me. So I definitely feel like this is something that has been really hard for you to speak on, or really hard for you to notice. Also, again, it's given me more of that energy of an inner child, an inner person, an inner shadow part of yourself. And there is this enlightenment, this it's okay. This part of me is okay. This part of me is okay. It's healed. It's beautiful. I'm going to be okay. That's the energy that it's given me. This is beautiful healing energy, you guys. Like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful healing energy. This person is a big channel. They ground energy down through the matrix. They ground energy down into this 3D world for people like you. I got all the time in the world. Yeah, Mac Miller's Self-Care. It's coming. I got all the time in the world, so now I'm just chilling. Plus, it's a beautiful feeling. Yeah. This person could, ooh, that's a high pitch in my ear. Jeez Louise. This person could be some kind of like, again, like I said, like some kind of religious healer. They could be a therapist. They could be something like that as well. It is very much so giving me platonic energy, but it's this very strong, like, boom. It is a very strong, like, influx of masculine energy. It is this big, strong influx of masculine energy. 344. Okay, might be very significant to you. Messiah. Serving humanity with humility. Yeah, this person is like, this person definitely, this is like a spiritual leader of some type. Now, whether or not this person is in the role, like working as like some spiritual leader or spiritual guru, I don't know, or if they're like a priest or if they're like some kind of prophet or something like that. But this person, you are connecting very deeply with this person, with their work. For some of you, this could be like a psychology. This could be a school, like a philosophy. Sorry, excuse me. It could be a philosophy. Could be a school of thought that you could be really connecting with, okay? Again, I said you might connect with this person because it feels more like an energy. It could definitely be, for some of you, it could also be like a spiritual awakening in the sense that you are aligning with a certain religion, or maybe disaligning with another one school of thought and realigning with another. It is very big, like paradigm shift energy. It really is. Oh. They want me to pull some tarot. Yeah, Nine of Swords. It's really helping you to get away from some of like your shadow, your monsters, some of the things that have really kept you up at night, some of the things that really kind of haunt you. It's like leaving behind those things and being able to heal them. Spirit saying they want 3 cards. Okay, Tower. Absolutely. Ooh, beautiful. The Queen of Wands. Absolutely. That's that Ace of Wands energy. Look, and again, on the back of the deck is still the Page of Pentacles I was talking about earlier. Oh, nope. They told me to leave that one alone. So whatever it is. There it is. 4 of Wands. Oh my goodness. This is this feeling of feeling home. This is this energy of a tower moment happening here, and it breaking down that which does not serve you, it taking away and realigning you with that which does, right? A spiritual realignment, and a very like boom, like it's gonna be big, you guys. It's gonna be very big. And there's this energy here where the Queen of Wands came out, and it came out almost in the block position, and that's what it's giving me. There is this energy here of this recreation, of a destruction and recreation, destroying, recreating, destroying, recreating. There could have been an energy, or could have been a past event that happened to you that very much so got you stuck in a very particular energy where your inner self really wants to be a person who creates and destroys, who is always constantly reinventing themselves in a very good way, in the sense that you have a very sturdy foundation, but you are constantly adapting, pulling that apart, pulling it back together. You know, there's this kind of like death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. And that's kind of what this is, right? This Chiron energy is like the ace, is giving me Ace of Wands energy, and then the death card, right? The Pluto card, rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. There is something here, there is a block. It could be a block in karmic energy here, because that's what it's kind of giving me with this around and around and around in circles here. Okay, so you're definitely ending a karmic cycle here, and you're finding a place inside of yourself that feels much more like home. Like you are realigning with a much more deeper part of yourself. You are seeing yourself, you are recognizing yourself, you're understanding yourself, you're accepting yourself, you're loving yourself, you're looking in the mirror and loving what you're seeing, you're feeling on yourself, and you're like, I feel this. Even if it's not exactly precisely where I want to be, I love myself. I'm there for myself. I show up for myself. I'm not scared to reinvent myself. I'm not scared to let go of things that don't serve me. I'm not intimidated by going out there and trying new things. It feels very grounded, but it feels very much so like, let's go. It's very like the full energy, like, let's go, let's start, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's push. I'm not afraid to have death moments. I'm not afraid to have these tower moments. I'm not afraid to let things fall, because I know that things are going to grow back even better afterwards. I'm not afraid of the storm, because afterwards it means like, growth, new birth, the rain is going to come and wash away, and nourish that which, it's going to wash away the old and nourish the ground, it's given me that very much so. Just, it's a balanced energy. It's a really beautiful balanced energy. And it's this beautiful energy of feeling at home with yourself, feeling at home in who you are. And again, also feeling very at home with who you're around and who you surround yourself with. It's very much so this, like, I recognize myself, I see myself, and when I see myself clearly, I very much so focus on giving my energy to things, people, circumstances that reflect that truth and that authenticity in who I am. Oh, this is beautiful, you guys. This is gorgeous. This is somebody who spent a long time rejecting themselves, building up a very healthy shadow, and not in a good way. Not healthy as in like thick, healthy as in like thick shadow, and rejecting a lot of yourself, and then coming back, years later and saying, actually, I love that part of myself. Actually, there's no need to reject that part of myself. Actually, I've been running away from noticing this part of myself, and that if there is something inside of this that I need to change, I can work on it lovingly. I don't have to reject it. I don't have to pretend that it's not there. I don't have to hate this part of myself. I can love this part of myself. And I can also, if I want it to be different, I can, instead of being like, I just want you to go away, I just don't want you to be there. It's like, you know what? It's okay. We're going to take care of this. We're going to take care of you. We're going to heal this part of you, and whether or not that's, reparenting yourself, like learning how to take care of yourself, learning how to make those moves that actually work towards investing in yourself and your body and your mind and your soul. This is going to the gym, eating the right foods, going to get that, going to those classes, learning those things, reading those books that you're interested in. This is pushing yourself to go to the next level, to not be scared to quit one job and start another one, because in a healthy way, from a place of healthiness, instead of from a place of being like, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, what am I doing, who am I, I'm not sure. This is, I know who I am, so I know what I want. So I know that I make this decision not out of trying to figure out who I am, but because I know that what I have now is not who I am, so I'm going to let go of it and move on. It's a very different energy. So this could be, you could have had like a very healthy shadow. I keep saying healthy shadow, but you could have had this very like big, thick shadow energy around, like feeling like you were very unstable, or very like flip, flop, flop. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going, what direction. I don't know. I can't commit to anything, or even if I do commit to it, I don't finish it, or I run away from it. Something that kind of like flip kind of energy, where it's like, I don't have to do that because I spent the time to stop, look inside, know who I am, and not be scared of that. Because there's somebody here who had that kind of response because they were scared to truly look inside, because someone made them feel like who they really were was somebody to be ashamed of. So they have been ignoring who they really are because they think that person's not worthy to look at, not worthy to be, which is why you can't find something that fits home, because you are not home inside of yourself. Somebody has taught you that your body, your home, your mind, your face, whatever it is, your thought process is not worth it. And it is. But you need to stop ignoring the parts of you that need to be healed. So when you stop ignoring that, you can see the worth and the value in it, and you can see, okay, I'm not so triggered by I need to change this and this that I just throw away everything and I don't look at it and I just pretend to be somebody else. Right? I don't have to do that. This is your shadow. This is your shadow being seen, being reincorporated, and this is you finding balance, you finding home inside of yourself. Oh, I'm so fucking proud of you. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Justice, balance. You finding balance inside of yourself and who you truly are, because you have been fighting yourself. You've been fighting yourself. You've been going back and forth. You've been, your shadow and your light side have been battling each other, fighting each other, making it impossible for you to be like, which way, what should I do? Who am I? I'm not sure. No. And it's making you feel very rejected. It's making you feel very much so like I'm not important. You could have even developed some kind of addictions, or you're very woe is me, victim mentality. We're being honest here. We're just being honest. I'm not trying to slow you down, but those of you that are here, you've been working on yourself enough. It's time that you either hear this, or you've been working on yourself to know this, right? So you're either being triggered right now because you need to hear this, or you're very much so like, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, the sun card. Oh, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there will be sun. Yes. Okay? Tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. There's no more of this tomorrow I'll do it. Next week I'll do it. Next year I'll do it. F it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it today. I love myself today. I love myself right now. Enough to not put it off, to not ignore it, to not go to the doctor over it, to not, No, I'm going to make that appointment. No, I am going to show up. No, I'm going to pick up the phone. No, this is you also, whether or not it's professionally or you're just discovering personal tools or you're doing a mix of the both. If you suffer from like social anxiety, if you suffer from indecision, if you suffer from commitment issues, this is you figuring out what's going to help you heal that so that you can't like, oh shit, this is why I have commitment issues. This is why it's like, this is the thing. Here it is right here in my face. Okay, shit, that hurts. But if I look at it, if I recognize it, if I see it and I say, I fucking love you anyway, bitch. Or I fuck you anyway. I fuck you anyway. I love you anyway, dude. So what? And there is this magical healing that happens with you, yourself, and I. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. It's what I found out, and it ain't no reason why. I haven't heard that song in so long. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. It's what I found out, and there ain't no reason why. From now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Yes! Yes! I know I kind of messed up. I couldn't remember that little part of the lyrics at the end, but like, oh my gosh! Yes! And it's not in a like, oh, I'm the only one. I can't trust anybody else, and I'm the only one that's got my back. No, no, no. It's not in that way. It's in a, I love you. I love you. I see you. I love you. So I'm going to be there for you. If this person or that person or this person or that person wasn't there for you, I'll be there for you, damn it. I love you. I'll be there for me. You know, and other people will be there for me as well. But it's healing this. It's healing this. I wasn't taken care of, or I wasn't seen, I wasn't valued, and so I was taught to disvalue, to undervalue myself. No. I'm done with that. I'm done with the blame. I'm done with the anger. I'm just showing up and being there for myself and healing. I'm dropping the shit. I'm done with it. My loves, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Oh my God, I love it. Full moon, like I told you, definitely significance around the full moon. The full moon is also about releasing, but surrendering to the divine. You realizing it's in the divine plan. I'm going to surrender to it. God made me this way because that's the way I was supposed to be. I look this way. I talk this way. I walk that way because, damn it, that's who I am. If you don't like it, there's the fucking door. Okay? Don't let it hit you with the good Lord split you because the good Lord made me exactly who I am from head to toe. And if that's not good enough for you, you take it up with you and your master, okay? Okay? Because I'm okay with it. I'm okay with who I am. If you're not okay with it, whatever. Right? Now, obviously, that doesn't mean, like, I'm beautiful from head to toe and I have no issues. Like, no. It means I'm okay with who I am enough to know my weaknesses or know my faults or know the things that I need to work on, and I'm not going to ignore them. I'm going to work on them. I'm going to show up for myself, and I'm going to do it in the way that's right for me. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all think, right? If I wasn't good enough for you, so the fuck what? Get out my life. Boundaries. Okay? And look, there's that full moon again in the background up there. This is you realizing I can release and let go. And when I release and let go, when I stop burying my emotions, when I stop burying how I really feel, I can really touch that deep part of myself. Definitely for some of y'all are going to be having some solo awakening, very beautiful time. Some of you also might be releasing, okay, trigger warning, some of you might be releasing shame around some kind of assault that you might have been through in the past, okay? I'm praying for you, baby, okay? I hope that you heal, and I hope that you find that self-love again. There's nothing shameful about your body, about who you are, or... Oh, it makes me so angry. Some of y'all might have been around people who really shamed you for that. Really shamed, like, oh, you're damaged goods now. No, baby, you're not. Okay? You are not. Okay? You are not damaged and you are not worthless because of the shit that you went through in your life. Or because of the decisions or whatever. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever choices, decisions, mistakes you made and move on. It's time to move on. It's time to forgive. It's time to show up for myself. It's time to be there for myself. Yes, your commitment is being tested. Okay, so Spirit is saying like I'm also hearing like you're halfway there. Like you're actually doing a really good job. I don't know know if some of you feel like you're not doing a good job or you're not on your path, but maybe you are. You are. Keep going. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep growing. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep being there for yourself. Fuck up. Taco, I'm so proud of you. I'm so goddamn proud of you, Taco. Oh my goodness, gravy. This is so beautiful, y'all. This is so good. Y'all, karmic clearing. What? Also, look at this. What did I say? I said somebody's going to hold you here, right? It's going to hold space for you to release and let go of this karma. Release it and let go. Because whatever shame, whatever pain you're holding on to, it's not really yours. There is a base here. Now, listen to me. We can get confused because we have to take accountability, okay? We do have to take accountability. But when we're going back and really digging deep inside of ourselves and really figuring out what's the root cause of me doing this, right? We can do a lot of things that cause us to have shame about the choices that we have made. And it can stop us from diving deeper because we'll just be like, oh, it hurt me so bad that I'm just so disappointed in myself that I made that choice. And it can lock that part of your healing away from you because you don't want to peel back and say, okay, I made that choice, but why did I make that choice? Okay, well, I made that choice because it made me feel like this. Well, why do I get triggered and I feel like this when this and this happened? Well, when I look back, this happened and I was shamed because that happened to me. And I embodied that shame. I internalized that shame. I internalized that opinion of me, of other people, and thought this is who I am. And who I am is a person to be ashamed of. And that's not true. That is not true. We can make choices that we're like, I wish I would have made a different choice, but you can't go back and you can't change it. And all you can do is learn. And I don't know if somebody here has felt like some kind of imposter syndrome or something like that, where they feel like they're growing and they're changing. And they could have people in their life telling them like, you'll be the same. You're the same old person. You're the same. Fuck them. Stop listening to their opinion of you. That's what I just have to say. Forget those people. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to still be proud of yourself and move on. You were allowed to move on from your dark past. We were all at one point karmics, okay? We were all at one point not awakened, all right? There's no point in shaming other people who aren't as awake as you, and there's no shame in shaming yourself, right? It's just a sense of, okay, I know better now. I know better now. Okay, shame is a virus. Now, guilt is something completely different. I've been doing research around that and around the psychology around the difference between shame and guilt. Shame is not good, okay? But guilt just lets you know, right? Oh, what I did was wrong, right? But for some of you, there is shame there's a difference between the two, right? Shame often turns into something where you belittle yourself. Okay, it lingers and it infests other part of your life, and it infests in a very nefarious and a very background subconscious way. It infects a lot of the things that you do and the way that you move and the people that you surround yourself with and the activities you choose to do and the things you choose to focus on and the way you choose to handle things. It is an insidious background, worker. And that's what a lot of you are releasing, okay? A lot of you are releasing this, you're having this karmic clearing, which is causing this death and rebirth energy to happen here. You're going through this Kundalini awakening, and you're realizing, I don't have to hold on to this. It wasn't even mine to hold on to begin with. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is beautiful. Okay, look, what did I keep saying? Unplug from mass consciousness. Exactly. Let go of this old paradigm. Whoever these people are that are plugged, don't worry about them. Forgive them, Father, because they know not what they do. They don't know. Okay? I'm going to read here from the book, from this karmic clearing, then we're going to end the reading. Okay? You are fast outgrowing a level of consciousness to which are attracted particular wounds, issues, and struggles. I'm going to read that again. You are fast outgrowing a level of consciousness to which to which are attracted particular wounds, issues, and struggles. Okay, I had a struggle reading that. So for a lot of you, you have a lot of issues around like realizing that, oh, in the past you're like, oh, so because I had this particular thought of myself and of the world, that attracted particular, and I'm not blaming you, but being in a certain energy attracts a certain energy to you, right? And that doesn't mean it's your fault you were in that energy, but it is your responsibility to help clear that energy out of yourself, okay? As you outgrow that consciousness, these issues will release their grip on you. You are receiving divine notice that karmic clearing is taking place through a combination of your own efforts and spiritual grace from the heart of the divine. It is time that an old wound be released once and for all. Come on now. Come on now. Okay? That's what you're doing. What's the next stage of your journey? Releasing and letting go of the shit that's holding you down. Feeling free, gaining your freedom from this bullshit. From this karma, and realizing that it's okay. I'm going to be okay. Stay committed to this, you guys, because you could have been very triggered here recently by people, places, things that are popping up in your life, and you could have took a few steps back like, oh my gosh. Stay committed to this path because you're clearing out so much karma. You're doing so much work. Some of you also are breaking generational curses and think, come on now. Come on now. But you're rising here. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've ever noticed this. That these clouds are actually like birds. Look at that. Now that I see it, I can't unsee it. And I'm like, how did you not see that before? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but... Okay, I do want to read this because it ties into a little note that I keep making about that, like attracting certain events to you, okay? Karma is not punishment. Karma is essentially our soul's lesson plan for this lifetime carried over from past lifetimes. It is the way we grow and develop our souls, sometimes through challenges and sometimes through blessings. Our positive karma is seen in the skills and talents we have mastered over our lifetimes. Also, when opportunities flow easily and healing happens swiftly, there is a sense of positive karma, an easy grace that effortlessly takes place in your life. This is what happens when you are clear enough of your own past pain to have a little have little resistance between us and the natural flow of life. So for a lot of you, you've had this blocker, you've had this lack of natural flow, that kind of stop, start. I'll start this, or I won't even commit myself to it. I can't do that because of this karma that you've had from your past, okay? Because you've had this karma piled up here that has stopped you from being able to just say, yep, and just flow with the energy of life, okay? But what's next? You're clearing and letting go of this. So if you've been letting go of blocks, if you've been magnetizing this energy of being blocked, of being trapped, of being stuck, of being stopped, okay? That's clearing. Clearing this karma is going to clear those experiences from you, okay? I'm also hearing somebody here has been dealing with feeling like they've been being gang stalked, or they've had spell work done against them. Working on healing this karma, not focusing on listening to readings about how people are doing spell work on you or something like that, and focusing on what's going to help you heal. Watching readings like this that are going to help you heal are automatically going to make those things fall away from your life, okay? If you need to, obviously I'm going to say this, if you need to get legal representation, or get restraining orders or anything like that, if you feel like physically your life is in danger or anything like that, okay, y'all know your life, you know what you're dealing with, so I'm just going to say that. However, okay, for most of you, working on this and letting go of this and healing this and focusing on your healing, those things are going to move away. They're going to demagnetize from your life, okay? More challenging karma is revealed in the lessons we are still learning. They usually appear in the guise of painful circumstances or reactions that repeat themselves in our life. Yes. The stronger the soul, the more challenging the lesson let me start that over. The stronger the soul, the more challenging the lesson it is willing to master in this lifetime. Okay? As with any education, the higher the level of training, the more demanding the work. When you are working through big challenges, it is often a sign that you are on an advanced spiritual path. Okay? Must you always have struggle in your life as an advanced soul? Of course not. Okay, of course not. As you master your lessons, you will find you develop an ability to live your life more peacefully. However, it would be incorrect to interpret a struggle as a sign that you are not progressing spiritually. Come on now. I said that earlier. I said something very similar to that earlier, where some of you were like, okay, just because you're going through something hard doesn't mean you're not on your right path. I talked about that. Some of you are struggling thinking I'm not on the right path because I'm going through all this bullshit. Not true. Not true. Sometimes the more painful a struggle has been, the more difficult it can be to resolve that pain and associated memories or scars. Exactly. Some of y'all are working through something very scarring that happened to you in the past, and either in this lifetime or a past lifetime, something very scarring, okay? And it could have been, you could have gone through something again that mirrored that energy of a past life soul scar, and you went through something that mirrored that brought that pain up to the surface so that you could face it, so that you could look at it, so that you could release the shame from experiencing it and move on with your life, so that you can move on to your next soul lesson. This is beautiful. Oh my God, y'all are healing so much. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Your spirit guides are so happy that you're here. The spiritual worlds, are in need of divine intervention to help clear a pattern that was once painfully lodged in your body, mind, and soul. Enough of the struggle. Divine love now offers healing and freedom. I talked about that earlier. We clear karma by learning to trust and relax, and by choosing not to punish ourselves with shame, guilt, fear, or unworthiness. Come on now! I just scared the shit out of my dog. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I'm going to read it again because the sentence continues. We clear karma by learning to trust and relax, by choosing not to punish ourselves with shame, guilt, fear, or unworthiness, by continuing to balance our efforts with a surrender to divine grace. Come on now. Yeah, I know y'all see the synchronicities in this. Come on now. Wow. We take responsibility for our own healing, doing all that we can, and trusting that the universe will lovingly and effectively handle everything close so that we can process and succeed. If you have been struggling with a long-term issue, the Oracle card comes as a particular sign that the universe wants to step in and assist you. Repeat the incantation below at least 6 times a day. For at least 6 days and nights. Invite the healing blessing of karmic clearing through love into your life now. Wow. I didn't really intend to read the whole entire thing. However, it just kept hitting. Like, it kept hitting. Like, it's so crazy how this whole thing is literally exactly everything I said in your reading. That's amazing. Y'all, Elena Fairchild is on it, dude. Any of her books, any of her decks, the books hit, dude. The books hit. It's crazy. Yeah. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, just 1 second, you guys. Okay, and y'all might want to do this yourself. I got guided to do this. I'm going to light a white candle, okay? After I say this incantation for you guys, all right? Yes, we are playing. Yes, we are. I call upon the karmic board of ascended beings, angels, guides, and holy ones. Who love me unconditionally, and I ask for divine blessing, healing, and assistance now. I open myself up to divine grace, divine love, and karmic absolution. I choose to surrender my attachment to suffering that I have experienced. I have learned and been willing to go through this experience, and yet I am now willing to learn and grow through a higher vibrational experience of love. Through divine authority and my own free will, this karmic clearing manifests now. According to the highest law of love, may this blessing reach into the hearts of all beings according to to divine compassion, mercy, and grace. So it be. Absolutely. Absolutely, my loves. There's y'all's candle. I lit it for you. I'm going to put it on my altar. Thank you guys so very, very much for being here today. If you liked the video, give it a like. If this helped you or you feel like it could help somebody else, share it. I know this was a long one, but I really appreciate you guys being here. I loved you guys reading. It was beautiful. I loved being in this energy, and I'm so happy for you guys. And I'm very proud of all the work and all the hard work you've been putting into this. I know that you're tired, you guys. I know that it's been exhausting. You are doing some really big, heavy lifting here of karma, okay? You are showing up and showing out for your soul, and I'm so fucking proud of you. Lovelies. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you to your spirits, guides, and guardians who guided you to get this reading. Okay, I hope it gave you the love letter clarity that you've been looking for. I just can't stop smiling, you guys. I'm so happy. And thank you to my spirits, angels, and guides, as always, for helping me through this reading, as well as keeping me I'm so excited. Oh my god, I can't even say my outro. And keeping me protected and safe while I did so. I really appreciate you guys. As always, let me know if this resonated for you down in the comment section. If you want to become one of my clients, or you are interested in getting a personal reading, or any of my other services that I offer, please, my contact information is down below. Okay, thank you guys so very much. All right, and I will see you lovelies in the next one. Thank you for being here. Again, if it didn't resonate for you, let it fly, let it go. Okay, but I feel like a lot of people this is going to resonate with if you clicked on here. I really appreciate you, okay? And I will see you lovelies in the next one. Bye! Hello, cheese. Pile 2. What's up? So I got a very, like, grounded energy. A very kind of, like... Yeah, I got this very, like, grounded earth energy here. Okay? Coming off you guys. And I was getting right out the gate, okay, that someone was trying to reject their North Node energy, okay? And I definitely got that somebody here needed to work, and somebody here is healing. Overall, I definitely think the next stage of your journey is going to be healing some kind of wound in your root chakra, okay? And that's so funny because right after that channel that, come inside. Right after I channeled that, the root card came out. Okay, so definitely, and angel number 38 too, I think is really significant, so you guys might want to check that out. Okay. Also was hearing, what was I hearing? Cheesehead. So is it Wisconsin? Some of y'all might be from Wisconsin, or something might be significant about Wisconsin. Okay. I don't know why, but I just got reminded of this guy that was like a transfer student that came to my high school. I don't remember his name. I kind of remember his face. But he was from Wisconsin. And everybody called him like Cheesehead or something like that. I can't remember. I don't even remember his name. But I don't know why I don't know, maybe some of you like moved around a lot in your childhood. Maybe some of you like military, what do they call them? Like military brats. Or you come from like a military family or something like that. Not that I'm calling you a brat. But Benjamin, some of you guys might like Law and Order because I heard Benjamin Brat. Okay, some of you guys might like Law and Order, or you might fancy yourself a sorcerer. Okay, or you might be looking. You might have gotten to spirituality, or gotten to magic, or got into something because you were really looking to heal some type of debilitating injury or something like that. Some of you might suffer from some kind of chronic condition that gives you a lot of pain or gives you a lot of issues like with your body. I'm feeling like a big disconnect between you and your body. So there's this kind of like wound around like rejecting your body, or my body doesn't really serve me. My body, so there's this kind of wound around rejecting something about that, because it's like, no, my body doesn't serve me. My body doesn't show up for me. My body's like caused me all these issues. I've had to have all these surgeries, or I've had to have all of this. So there's some kind of disconnection there. That might not apply for everybody, but that definitely can cause like an issue with the root chakra. Okay. Or if you've had a lot of issues with your legs or your feet, or maybe even or like around your groin area. That seems kind of personal, but I'm just going to say it. Somebody here might suffer from hemorrhoids, a lot of stress. You might hold a lot of your stress like in the middle of your body. You might have like a very tense body. You might not listen to your body a lot. You might not listen to like the cues in your body. Like if you have certain, certain sicknesses, or if you have certain parts of your body that are aching, like your body is trying to tell you like, hey, something's wrong here or something's wrong there, and you kind of ignore it or you go on. Or if like you're hurt, you like just carry on and go to work anyway or something like that. I'm hearing that somebody here is healing from grind culture as well. So somebody here is healing from like this need to like constantly be working, constantly be doing like over showing up. It's because you have like this lack of grounding in your root chakra. There could have been, like I said, you could have lost a home when you were younger. Your parents could have gone through some kind of divorce. There is this kind of like some of you could have been like refugees or something like that, because there's this kind of feeling of like, I don't have a home, or I don't have a place, or I don't have a place to set myself down. I just heard that Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he set his hat down was his home. So if there's this kind of energy there could be a wound in your masculine energy, whether you are a masculine or whether a masculine wounded you. Okay, you have wounding around masculine energy of like setting down space, rooting down, grounding into a particular place. You could have like a lot of Sagittarius energy where it's like, I'm going. But it's not this energy of I'm going here, I'm going there because I just want to experience all these things. There's actually trigger warning, I guess. There's actually a root cause here of I'm going because anywhere I go doesn't feel like home. Like I've not found the people, I've not found the place, I've not found the thing that feels right to me. And it's because you're looking everywhere but in the right place for what the issue is. You think it's the house, you think it's your relationship, you think it's your work, you think it's the climate, you think it's, oh, well, I didn't like that apartment. It's the, oh, it's just the street that I live on. Oh, it's this, oh, it's that. And everywhere you go, your problems follow you. Because why? Because the problem that you're really running away from is inside of yourself. Whoop. Goodness gracious. Let's see. I know this is going to be last. So let's see. So we do have a combination here of like pre-shuffled out cards, and I'm going to live shuffle some tarot cards as well. So last reading was very long, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. This is where they want me to start, so this is where I'll start. Let's see. That's so funny. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. There's the Sagittarius energy, okay? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. There's also, because Spirit guided me also to change the color of my little moon back there, and it's to the heart chakra. There's a disconnect here in your heart chakra. I don't think that there's like this disconnect where there's not a flow between your root and your heart chakra. Like your heart keeps telling you, I want this, I want that, and you hear it, but it doesn't ground in. It doesn't really like stay. There's always this feeling that there's something better out there, or the grass is greener somewhere else, because there's always this feeling of, I don't feel safe. This is prickly. It's like this feeling of, I feel uncomfortable. I feel prickly here. You know what? You're too close to me. You're too all up on me. Get away from me. Stop touching me. Stop talking to me. Stop being committed to me. This is the energy of anytime that you're in a space that brings up the energy of commitment, you're like, bye, I'm out of here. This is uncomfortable. This is unsafe. I don't feel safe here. And it's because you were never taught to feel safe being in a particular place. You were never taught to feel like comfortable grounding and staying somewhere and being like, this is my home, And for some of you, I'm getting that it's because in the past you really tried to make that home, or you tried to make this space. Some of you might be recovering through some kind of divorce or some kind of very like serious separation, a heartbreak in the past, where you're just like, I'm really going to try to make this work. And Spirit is saying you were holding on to the fact that you couldn't make it work and it's causing all these issues. And you're not realizing, you're not seeing that you were trying to make something that was doomed from the beginning. You were holding on so tightly to something that was never meant for you to hold on to. And that's why you had such a big scar around it, or that's why you had such a big issue with it, because you were trying so hard to make something work that was never meant to work in the first place. And you took all that energy of, I couldn't make it work, I failed, I couldn't keep this together, and it was never meant to be that way. So for some of you, if it was a parental divorce, you know, you saw your parents, or you saw, maybe you could be overcoming a generational toxic energy around choosing karmic partners to be with that inevitably lead to divorce. And so there's this energy that love's not real, a home's not real, you know, excuse me, I feel very ungrounded because, you know, this is, you know, all the people that you love the most betray you, or they turn their back on you. I don't know if you saw somebody that you loved get betrayed and you're like, that'll never be me. That'll never be me. I'd rather be the person cheating and leaving and always leaving somebody behind, as opposed to staying and getting tricked into getting my heart broke. I'll fuck you over for you fuck me over. Some of you could definitely be healing from that, okay? If it's not yours, let it fly. Don't let it apply, okay? But if it applies, you know who you are, okay? We've all been karmic one way or another in our past, okay? And we're all overcoming some kind of maladaptive survival technique, or, you know, trigger from trauma, or whatever it is, okay? We all get exposed to something that we probably shouldn't have been exposed to, or we take weight onto our back, like it's my fault that my parents got divorced, or it's my fault, you know, I couldn't keep this marriage together, or it's my fault, you know, me and this person split up, or it's my fault that this didn't work out. And then ever since then, you've been making choices. You've been this non-committal energy, and this was a kind of energy as a thread. So it must be something consciously in the collective consciousness we're all working through, which is this energy of, I witnessed something and I took it onto me to think that this is my fault. It's my fault that this happened, even though it wasn't yours. It wasn't your karma to carry. It wasn't the fault to be, you know, the finger should not have been pointed at you. I'm getting that for some of you, you could have even had a parent. I'm getting like a parent was drunk, or a parent was something like that, and they're like, you know, it's your fault your mom left, or something like that, right? And you were just like, and that cemented into you, like, because of my behavior, because of who I am, because I'm not strong enough, I couldn't hold it together, I couldn't do this, it's my fault. Or a lot of kids will just think, oh, I must be the issue, I must be the problem, you know? And even though it's not on them to take that on, it's this phenomenon that does happen. There's a lot of kids of divorced parents who think it's my fault that my parents got a divorce, even though it could have nothing to do with them. And again, there is this kind of energy here of, it wasn't your fault. It's not your fault, right? Okay. And so whatever happened to you in your childhood, or whatever happened all those years ago, it wasn't your fault. Okay. The fact that you developed some kind of maladaptive response to rejecting that, or walking away from that, or whatever it was that whatever kind of toxic coping mechanism or toxic personality trait you took on from that initial scar, okay, from that initial wound, it is your responsibility to take accountability for hurt that you might have caused other people. However, you know, you need to go back enough. You need to forgive yourself for the decisions that you've made, and you will forgive yourself when you stop repeating the cycle, and you will stop repeating the cycle when you go back and realize it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault that this fell apart. It wasn't meant to work in the first place. Damn. Yeah. Y'all, new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Holy crap, there's a lot of Sagittarius energy here. Okay. Let this apply double of your Sagittarius. Okay. I'm also getting that for some of you, you could have been, your parents could have both been Sagittarius or something like that. Or you could have, or the relationship that you were in, you could be a Sagittarius and that person could have been a Sagittarius as well. For some of you, there's really powerful Sagittarius placements in like your birth chart. And I'm hearing 9th house. I'm just hearing that, 9th house. I'm trying to remember what your 9th house. That's representation of. I know 10th house is authority. 9th house. I'll move on. I'll move on. Okay. That's making my hands sweat. I gotta calm down. New Moon in Capricorn. New Moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. So yeah, again, like I said, you could have this very big Capricornian energy of like, I've got to show out, I've got to work myself to the bone. There's this some kind of energy here of realizing that whatever happened didn't happen for a reason, didn't come together for a reason. It was meant to be that way. Luck is on your side for this falling apart. Okay. But whatever this is, whatever fell apart, whatever you worked so hard not to fall apart, you really weren't trying to keep this together. What you were trying to do was keep that marriage together. Or what you were trying to do was keep your parents' marriage together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for some of you here, you could have had like your parents break up or something and you're like, I will not get a divorce. I won't do that to my kids. And so you held on, or maybe you could even be currently holding on to a very toxic relationship. And even though you know it's not good, okay, you're like, nope, I'm not getting a divorce. I'm not doing it. I refuse. Even though you know you don't, what it is that you don't want to admit you made the same mistake that your parents made. Damn. And this is a scar. This is causing a scar here with you. There's some kind of scar here around your family tree, around family. There's a big scar around family. And the messages that you got from your family. I'm getting that from like the tree and then all of the birds there around the tree, flying around there. Messages, the way your family talk to each other, or it shows up for each other, it doesn't show up for each other. There's something here. There's a big toxicity here around that in some type of way. It could be very subtle for some of you, or it's going to be very obvious for others of you. Some of you here might play guitar. Some of you here might be interested in woodworking. Okay? Carving, like wood carving, sculptures, making things with your hands. Some of you could have some kind of like, some of you, this is going to be very specific. Some of you might have some kind of instrument that you hand carved yourself. Some kind of hand carved instrument. Some of you here could have some kind of woodwind, or you could have some kind of, it could be like a guitar or some kind of string instrument that's like very old, or it's like hand carved, or it's an antique of some type. And there's some kind of deep roots here. I don't know if it's like what's the wood made out of? Is the wood like what's the name for the wood? Is it like your last name, your family's name? It could be wherever like the wood that instrument or whatever that thing is carved out of. Whatever that, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be an instrument. It could be like a piece of art, or like for some of you, I'm seeing like a hand carved like wooden bowl. There's something very significant. I don't know if a family member passed it down to you, if it's a family heirloom. I don't know if you went like to your homeland or something like that and bought that back. There's something very like inherently like connected to your genealogy or connected to your family line. Something very significant there that you need to dig up more, that you need to get more into. Because Spirit is saying like, pay attention, pay attention. There's something very deep here. Do some research around that instrument, or around traditionally like where that instrument came from, or where the wood or the something that the instrument is made out of. Okay? Like where it came from. There's something very like tied into your genealogy, your genetics there. Like it's where your ancestors came from, or it's from a past lifetime or something that's very significant to healing this wound here. And I keep hearing that Papa was a Rolling Stone. Oh, baby, please tell me what's wrong. You're just a fool. You know you in love. What you say? Hey, 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 hey. Yay! And sometimes you're sad. One more time. Why he treats you like he do when he's such a good man. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. Come through. Why fools fall in love. Some of y'all need to. I think a lot of like really old, like older songs come through. I love that. Yeah. Some of y'all here might have seen your mother or a woman in your family go through a lot of like physical abuse. And it might have really scarred you. It might have made you really have a lot of issues around men or a lot of issues around your masculine energy. Got me laughing when my heart is in pain. Yeah. Some of you definitely could suffer from some kind of like substance abuse issues as well. I'm getting a lot of issues of, there's a lot of numbing. There's a lot of, I'm going to pay attention to this instead of paying attention to that. And like the next stages of your journey are during no ignoring that which you need to work on. And I just heard Cancer, Cancerian, like Cancer energy. This is your family. Family energy here. You could be healing some kind of wound here caused by a Capricorn in your life, okay? Somebody very hard-headed, very stubborn, very much, or it could even be an Aries. It's very like, because I'm getting like Ram energy as well. This could have been a father for sure. This is giving me father wound. I just keep hearing that. Why he treat you like he do if he's such a good man? Yeah. I hear somebody say, why did you stay? Why did you stay? Why didn't you protect me? Trigger warning for all that stuff. Sorry. Trigger warning is supposed to come before, but geez. Louise, it's just coming out so quickly. Y'all. That's so crazy. Cancer. Bro. That's crazy. Immerse. You're about to be immersed into something. It could be something like a dark. You could be going to like a dark night of the soul where you are really being faced with this really, things that you really hold on to. Some of you could also be a Cancer, especially if you're a masculine energy yourself. You could feel much more confident and much more at ease in your feminine energy. Actually, there's this kind of like internal rejection of masculine energy for some of you because there is this wound here around, masculine energy, around not wanting to be too loud or wanting to be too forceful or wanting to be too headstrong. There also could be issues with the opposite, like being overly, or like there's this kind of energy of like, I'll never be that way. And it's like running in the opposite direction, maybe a little too much where it unbalanced you. So, like, say that your dad was a bum who was never around, never helping your mom. Maybe you had to grow up and become the man of the house or become the breadwinner very early in life. So you're like, I'm never going to be that. I'm going to work myself to the bone for my family. I'll do anything for my family. I'll stay with my family. I'll ride for my family, And there's this kind of energy of, there is a toxicity here in the way that you see this, or in the way that because it is not built, it is built out of like this poverty mindset or this like lack mindset. Like, I didn't have it, so I'll work myself to the bone to never go back there or never be that way again. Yeah, this was an issue with your family. With number 4, this is an issue with your home, with your family. I'm on it in this reading, dude. North Node. Yeah. I saw that North Node energy earlier. Because it flipped out and flipped over and it showed itself and it was North Node. And that's like your future energy here. Okay? Somebody here could be very much so meant to dive into this energy. Okay? Your North Node could be in Cancer. Okay? Perhaps your South Node's in Cancer. But there's this kind of energy here of like the person that you are being asked to be is basically like the healed version of what your father or what somebody in your family that dipped out. Somebody here dipped out and left. And you are being asked, one, you're being told it's not your responsibility to hold your family together. And two, you're also being asked because there's this kind of energy here. I have an aversion to being that because my dad was that, or I had an aversion to being like this because it's like having like a super masculine like alpha male father, and then being like, I'll be nothing like that. I'm much more giving. I'm much more loving. I'm much more nurturing. I'm much more this. That could have also caused you to be very rejected by your father, or very rejected because it's like you're very different than me. So get out of here. You know, there could also be a wound around that. But there's also here this energy around you're being asked to step more back into that energy, to step back into that more masculine energy, or to get into that more like dominant energy. But there's this kind of fear of like, because somebody here doesn't know the difference between being dominant and being like aggressive, or being like, there's a big difference between being in your balanced, healthy masculine energy and being like the leader and being like the positive emperor. And there's somebody here was very much so exposed to like an emperor in reverse, or like a just no, like there's just some kind of energy here of just like, man, that person, they were not a real man. They were not a good positive influence on your masculine energy in your life. And there's this energy here of learning that with aging, you're aged into perfection, right? Like you've been aging into that. There is a thing that, right, that kind of saying that people say that, and this is just a saying, so don't get it all mad at me or anything like that. But there is this energy of don't mess with a Capricorn until they're over 30, because it takes them a long time to mature into. I know that's just something that I've heard before, right? And so there's this kind of energy of like, you could have spent a very long time of your life in a very headstrong or a very like particular way. And now that you're getting older, or now that you've reached a certain age, it's like this switch is flipping inside of you, and you're just like, man, I really need to heal this because it's not really serving me. It's not really taking care of me. It's not really showing up for me in the way that it should. Pull two. Exactly. The devil. More Capricorn energy. Yeah, and there's this energy of feeling caged, of feeling trapped, of feeling caged, of feeling like there's something here about that you're being asked to look at and that you're being asked to heal, and it makes you feel caged. It makes you feel trapped. That's why you're always running away from it. Look, oh my God, at the bottom, hangman. Another net, another cage, right? There's something here. There's something here about this energy that makes you feel trapped, makes you feel caged. You're like, I don't want to settle down. I want to be able to go and leave. I want to be able to pick up. But there's something here about your North Node energy that's like, no, it is in your destiny to step into this, and that's why you're running away from it so much. You know, you are to really lean into this energy that why do you feel like having a family makes you feel caged? Why do you feel like settling down makes you feel caged? Why do you feel like, you know, you're throwing away everything if you settle down and get married, or if you whatever this is that God's asking you to like really lean into, you're like, hell no, I would never be that, when that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Some of you maybe were like, I'm never, nope, I'm never going to have kids. I'm never going to have a family. I'm just going to stay single for the rest of my life and just be free and do whatever I want to. But there's something here about like, maybe some of you got like a download, or you've been kind of feeling like God wants me to do this. And I've never wanted to do that. I've never wanted to be that. But you've never wanted to do that or never wanted to be that because you had this wound inside of you, which is exactly why God is telling you run towards that. Because running towards it, facing it, is what's going to heal this wound inside of you. And I think that, again, I don't know you, but I do think that, because I feel some of you fixing your jaw. I feel the tension in my jaw. Some of you are like, no. But I feel this energy here of like, you feel this aversion to this, not because it's not naturally who you are, but you feel this aversion to it because of this wound that you have, because of this root wound that you have. The the Eight of Cups, you're all, yeah. Spirit's telling you there's something that you need to, there's like some kind of feeling that you need to release and you need to walk away from here. Somebody has a fear here that if they ever settle down, that if they ever love, that if they ever really give themselves up to somebody, that they're always going to leave, or they're going to leave them behind. Or they're never going to really show up for them, and they're never going to really be who they promised they would be. But somebody here is being told, Ace of Wands, like you're going to have a brand new beginning, and you're being told, again, ground yourself. Ground that wand energy, right? Ground yourself into a location. Ground yourself into a particular path here. One that you've been walking away from time and time again. Page of Cups. And yes, it's going to feel uncomfortable because it's an emotion that you're not used to feeling. It's an emotion that you're not used to diving into. But I think that when you actually take some time to really start focusing on it and paying attention to it, and not, instead of turning your back and walking away from it, for some of you here, I think you have a wound around being abandoned. Like somebody here could have had a wife or could have had a mother that abandoned them or walked away from them. Or again, if you are more this feminine energy, you could be the type that just like, nope, no man can tame me. I can't be settled down. And it's like every time you get near somebody and they show you, I'll stay, I'll be here, I love you, I care about you, I'm interested in you. You're like, whoop, nope, whoop, nope, whoop, nope, 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 not for me, hell no. A relationship is a cage. Being with a man is a cage, hell no. That kind of energy. And it's because you're really scared. You're scared to feel the pain that you felt in the past. You're scared to settle into something. You're scared to allow yourself. We all have fears, you guys. It doesn't make you weak or anything like that. But there's this kind of energy of like, because this Eight of Cups is like this energy of, I'm going to give up something because I want freedom. But there's some kind of like, there's something here you're missing about the bigger picture. Like maybe some of you see family as a cage, or you see settling down as a cage, being married as a cage, having kids as a cage. There's something here about, some of you might have very much so had a parent that was like, I just want to be free. I want to be free. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have responsibility. But yet they were always making kids, or they were always getting in a relationship with somebody that had kids. And they created this energy here of, there's this wound here around feeling like having kids and having like a stable, settled life will stop you from doing and being what you really want to do, or who you really want to be. Maybe for some of you are in a relationship and you have children, you have this, and you feel guided away from it, but you're like, I can't give this up. I can't walk away from this. But I feel like for the majority of you, it's because you have this fear of settling down. You have this fear of being that person who's trapped in a cage. I'm hearing bride in a cage, yeah. For some of you, this could also not resonate with your family in this lifetime. It could resonate with a past life memory. Okay? Like some of you might, in a past lifetime, might have very much so had this feeling that having children trapped you with somebody that you really didn't want to be with. For some of you, you might have been in some kind of arranged marriage, or you might have been like promised to somebody and you're like, I don't want to marry that person. I don't want to be bartered and sold like property. Like I'm a person. I want to be able to have my own free will. I don't want to have to feel like I'm trapped here in a cage. I don't want to have to feel like I can't choose to be with the person that I really want to be with, or be the person that I want to be. And so it very much so left this soul scar of like having a family as a cage, having a settled life. Like, it feels like you always feel like you're not choosing, like you're not an active participant in your life. There's this, I'm a victim and life is just happening around me and there's nothing I can do about it. It's a scar. It's a scar from the past, whether it be this lifetime or a past lifetime, of feeling like I don't have a voice. Like I don't have a voice. I can't be who I really want to be. I can't be what I really want to be. I can't do what I really want to do. I can't be accepted for who I truly am. I can't be seen for the worth. I'm more I definitely feel like if this is I'm tapping in really deep here with somebody who has a past life of definitely, you know, and if you were a woman in the past, most likely that's what happened to you, right? Unless you were born in the last like 30 or 40 years. Beyond that, it was, this is what you do. You settle down, you get married, this is what you do. You don't have a choice. There was somebody here who felt bought and sold. You felt like property, and you felt like, I have this big destiny. If I'd been born in another time, if I had been born in another place or in another station, I would be able to do. Or for some of you were like, if I was born a man, I'd be able to do whatever I want to do. I'd be able to travel. I'd be able to learn. There's something here about riding horses. I'd be able to travel. I'd be able to go wherever I want to. I'd be able to write. I'd be able to do all these things that I want to do, and I can't do them just because I was born in the body of a woman. And so because I'm a woman, I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not allowed to have, I'm not allowed to do this. I'm not allowed to be educated. I'm not allowed to do this. Like, what? Now there are still some places now here in this modern time. There are places that you can be born that's that way. But there's this kind of scar here around being like, but I'm so much more. I'm so much more than this little thing you want to trap me into being. I'm so much more than just that. I am more than just a baby factory. I am more than just my body. I am more than just making heirs for your lineage. I am more than that. And that's exactly why you feel trapped in a cage when you have this thought of having this traditional home life, because you have this soul scar around the fact that it's just you sitting there looking out like, I just want to run away. I just don't want to feel trapped. I'm so much more than just this little small thing. I want to be more. I am more. Oh, y'all, the freaking Empress. For some of y'all, you're really, really meant to grow, to settle down into a particular place and allow something to grow. And it's your biggest fear. For some of y'all are really meant to be parents. You're meant to be that so that you can, because there's something here around like healing this, because maybe perhaps in the past you really rejected maybe you were a very absent mom or a very absent father. Maybe you suffered from a lot of postpartum depression, but back in the day people didn't know that postpartum depression was even a thing. So you just might have okay, I'm just going to say this could be triggered. You might have hated your kids, or you might have been very resentful towards your children. You could have been a very absent mom, or just not have been very nice, or just might not have, you just had this resentment built up for feeling like you were caged up or you were trapped. And there is this feeling that like having kids or having that is trapped. If you have kids now, you could feel this. And this is coming up to help you to realize that you don't have to hold on to this karma from this past life. You don't have to hold on to this feeling, to this pain, to this resentment about this. You don't have to hold on to the anger from the past. Some of you here might have grown up with a mother who resented you. Okay? Some of you might have grown up with an absent father and a mother who resented you, or the opposite. And it could have very much so gave you this love is a trap. Love is a trap. The people that you love the most, that you let come to you, let get the closest to you, leaves you open for attack, leaves you open to be vulnerable, leaves you open to being left, to being lost, to feeling overcome, with your circumstances and feeling trapped. But see that star above that Empress, though? There is this energy here that's leading you towards, because it cuts you off from your own Empress, motherly, nurturing. I'm just seeing somebody plant a seed and then stay watching it, keeping up with it, fertilizing it, watering it, sheltering it from the storm, and allowing it to grow. Allowing something to grow, staying there and paying attention and staying consistent with something enough to nurture it. For some of you, this could be about growing a particular business. And for some of you, this is literally just about finding somewhere that feels like that, finding somewhere to settle down, settling down, growing a business, growing yourself, growing your roots into a particular place, and just not being scared to stay there, because you're not running away from that place. You're not running away from that relationship. You're running away from yourself. You're running away from this fear that lives inside of your own self, that lives inside of your heart, that you are going to get duped, that you are going to get left, that you are going to get trapped, that you are going to feel caged. And it's like, once I have kids, once I get married, there's no going back. Like, they're there, they're here, and it's like, I don't even want to go there because I just have this claustrophobic feeling every time I think about that, and it's from this past lifetime when you felt trapped, right? And that was that person's experience. That was your soul experience in that lifetime, right? But it's not for you to feel like you can't have a family or you can't be that now in this lifetime simply because that's the way you felt in the past, or that's the way you felt in the past lifetime. There's something here around healing. Like, you can be safe now. You can settle down now. You can allow yourself to grow now. You can allow yourself to grow and give birth to something now. It's okay now. You can plant yourself here now. I'm telling y'all, this Empress energy feels like it's just this washing, loving, nurturing, like, oh my God, I feel so safe. I feel so held. I feel so recognized. I feel so seen. I feel so like, and it's because your soul wants to feel this way. It doesn't want to be a rolling stone. It doesn't want to be go, 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 like, sure, it wants to go, 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 but it wants to have a home to come back to. It wants to have a safe circle of friends to come home to. It wants to have a partner to be there with, to settle down with. But there's this fear inside of your heart, lodged inside your heart chakra, because of this resentment and resentment that you had from your past life, of feeling like, I am meant to be more than just this. And we're really lucky now to be modern, to be more modern women. In some places, I am, to be born in the country that I am in, that I can be a mom, but I can also be other things. I don't have to be a one-dimensional person. I'm not just a baby factory. I can have children, I can have that, but I can also have a career. I also can have a voice. I also can have side hustles. I can be so many more things, and I can be seen as so much more than just that. I don't have to disappear into just that, and I don't have to be erased. For some of you, this is about the fact that maybe you did. Maybe when your kids were young, you got erased, and you just became mommy, or you just became dad, and all your hobbies, all your wants, all your dreams, all your everything just disappeared, and you felt like, okay, well, I have to give all that up now. And there's something inside of you telling you, like, no, you don't. You're building resentment towards your family and towards what you are, because you are choosing to give up all of those things. You are not a helpless victim trapped in a state of, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yes, you can. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be hard. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be backbreaking. And I'm not saying there might be when your kids are little, there might be a few years, 5 or 6 years, where you do have to give up a lot of things. You do. To have children, you have to give up a lot. But you can still sneak out those moments for yourself. You can still plan those date nights with your husband. You can still plan to go on solo trips, or you can still plan, if you have the right partner, you can do that. You can plan that. Settling down with the right person doesn't feel like you're in a cage. It feels like you're set free. Because you're free to be who you are. You're free to expand. You have a safe home base to expand and grow from. You have a safe foundation to become who you really are and to develop from that place. But there's somebody here that has a wound around family not being that safe place. And maybe it wasn't. I'm not taking away your experience from you. It doesn't sound like it was, but it can be. You have to fight to create that for yourself. You have to heal so that you can create that space for yourself. Wow. We're still not done. Let's keep. Let's keep going. Look, rebel in reverse. Okay. So that's the shadow aspect. Rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Come on now. Rebel in reverse. Like, right? You're rebelling. You're running away. You're rejecting this not from a pure space, but from a place of wounding, from a place of fear. Rebel without a cause. Like, you have a cause, but the cause isn't what you think it is. It's because you're scared. It's because you have fear. It's because you have this wound. And it's okay not to be okay, but it's time to help yourself so that you can stop being not okay. Stop telling yourself you're okay and admit that you're not. And then once you admit that you're not, you can heal it and get to a place where you are actually okay, where you do actually feel safe. Child eternal. Come on now. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Exactly. Have the ability to know that, you know, for some of you, it's that you can start over, but that doesn't mean you have to throw everything away. Your fresh start can be exactly where you are now. It just requires a change in perspective about the place that you are. This cage can turn into a lovely perch if you know what you're doing, if you come at it from a more healed place. Because I feel like a lot of you undervalue where you are or undervalue what you have because you feel this pent up resentment or this pent up guilt or anger around feeling like, no, I'm trapped. No, I don't have a choice. No, I don't have this. You do. But for a lot of you, you're karmically blind to a lot of the choices that you have and that you can make. And it can happen. Depression can do that to you. It can blind you, it can blind you to a lot of tools that you do actually have around you, a lot of things that you yourself can change your behavior, and it can alter a lot. There are a lot of ways that we shoot ourselves in the foot, right? That we make things harder on ourselves when it doesn't need to be that hard or it doesn't need to be that way. Damsel. Underestimating the nature of healthy relationships inspires you to rely on yourself. Come on now. But I do feel like a lot of you waiting for a night to provide for you, seduction by a romantic illusion. I feel like a lot of you have this wound is you coming from a place of feeling like, I don't have a choice. And maybe in the past, maybe in this past life or in this past place that you were in, you didn't have a choice. Maybe you were a child and you didn't have a choice. Maybe you were put into situations that you shouldn't have been put in because you didn't have a choice. You couldn't control what your home environment looked like. You couldn't control what your family looked like. You couldn't control what your house looked like. You couldn't control the fact that, whatever it was, mom had a new boyfriend or dad was always in and out, or, dad was always bringing home some new mommy figure for you to be with. Like, no. There were so many things that happened to you that were beyond your control, but you're not that person anymore. You are fully capable of showing up for yourself, healing yourself, and creating a family for yourself. Whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to look traditional. But for a lot of you, you need that like home base, home life, friends and family that are solid around you. I don't know. There's something here significant about gingham, especially because look at this, or that blue plaid. That's in both of these. So something significant about that. I just noticed that reoccurring pattern there. But there's something here about not being afraid to start over, not being afraid to look at your situation and where you are through fresh eyes, because you've been looking at this situation or the definition of family or the definition of a relationship or what a relationship is, what a family is, what marriage is. You've been looking at this from a very karmic lens. And when the next stage of your journey is to see that, wow, I've had an aversion to this because of the karmic lens, because of the shit that I've gone through in my past, because of the drama, the trauma that I went through. And for some of you, it's been extra confusing because you didn't really go through that in this lifetime. And you're like, why do I feel this way? You know, like, why do I feel this way? I don't understand it. What is it? And it's this past lifetime where it's being pulled up to the surface for you to really examine this wound that you have here so that you can let it go. Because family can be an absolutely beautiful thing. But for somebody here, I'm hearing family's a terror. Family's a nightmare. Family's a horror. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to feel that way. And I'm so sorry that you went through whatever it is that you went through that has you feeling that way. Okay? But it doesn't have to stay feeling that way. Number 32, divine grace, the law of efficiency. I don't think I've ever read this one out of the book. Okay, I'm going to read this and then we're going to end the reading. It is time your life became easier. It is time your life became easier. It is time for you to walk the way of divine grace with trust, simplicity, and acceptance. You do not have to try to make things happen. You can gracefully act without attachment and trust that all will be as it is meant to be. Surrender your struggles now as you allow life to serve you with love and kindness. This is the most efficient use of your energy and will lead to the best results. So this is about simplifying your life. Because some of you have been making choices that are actually complicating your life, but you have not been understanding that because you've been in karma, because you've come from a karmic place. You've been making these decisions that are actually making your life worse or making your life harder than it has to be for you. It's making decisions and things harder than it has to be for you. Okay? Definitely study like any kind of like attachment wounds or attachment styles. You might have some kind of like I'm not sure. I don't know enough about it to guess. But I'm hearing anxious attachment style. But you might want to look into that, okay? Yeah, some of you might leave like you might use that excuse like, oh, the human race wasn't built for monogamy. We were supposed to be doing this and we were supposed to be, mixing up the gene pool as much as possible. Like settling down with just one person doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make any sense. Like there's something here, there's a wound around that here. The law of efficiency encourages you to work smarter rather than always working harder. It is like learning. It's like learning to allow a wave to carry you to shore rather than swimming the entire way with your own efforts alone. Yeah, this is reminding me of this rebel card. Like Spirit has been showing you, hey, like it's easier with people. It's easier with a family. It's easier with a partner. And you have been trained to believe that having a partner or having kids or having a family actually makes it harder, right? Actually makes you weak or actually makes you, there's all these things that it's baggage, it's weight that holds you down, right? And it's like, not when it's the right people. When it's the right family, when it's the right partner, it doesn't feel that way. It's like planting a seed at the right time. Y'all talked about that earlier. I talked about you planting that with that Empress card, planting that seed and allowing it to grow into this tree, right? Allowing those deep roots to be rooted and grounded in the right thing, right? To heal and to plant a seed of healing, to plant a better idea of what family is in your life, what it means to you, to uproot the wound that family used to mean to you, and to replant a seed of happiness instead. Family doesn't have to make things harder. Family doesn't have to make things. There is something here about you're not supposed to do it alone. You're not supposed to be doing this alone. But you've learned to not trust other people, especially people you consider family or you consider like your closest people to you. Because of what you've experienced, you've learned that you can't trust those people or you shouldn't trust people like that. And I'm sorry that that's been your experience, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to continue to be your experience. It is like planting a seed at nighttime, so nature will at the right time, so nature will help it bloom in spring, rather than planting it during the dead of winter when it takes a lot of effort to keep it alive, or even when it is not when it may not survive. It is the intelligence of the law of efficiency and divine grace at work. To hitch your wagon to the universe in this way, you need to learn to listen. This means tuning in to what feels right and wrong at any given time. I talked about you tuning in and listening to your body better earlier. Sorry. Sometimes you will want to push forward, yet your intuitive knowing will guide you to rest. Right? I kept saying some of you might be just like workaholics, where you push, 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 because you don't ever feel like it's enough. You don't ever feel settled enough. You don't ever feel okay enough, when spirit is saying, no, actually, it is important to have those rest days. It is important to take time off. It is important to go on that vacation. Because what's the good of working, 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 and having all this money, but then you're always at work and you never can spend it, and you can never spend time with your family? Like, what's the point of that? Sometimes you will want to hide from a challenge and yet know in your bones it is time to step up and shine with boldness despite the fear you may feel. I talked about that, right? It's time for you to step up and accept this challenge, even though you have this fear that you're going to get trapped or that it's not going to be right, right? It's time to step up and challenge that, to work on yourself enough so that you're not attracted to those karmic partners, so that you're not attracted to that karmic way of feeling and being anymore. The universe has a sense of normal flow, cycles, and timing that assures us that it supports every dream we dare to dream, and that everyone can come to fruition in due course. It may not look exactly as you expect, but if you have sent it in motion with desire and intention, karmic law will ensure that it finds expression. For this to happen in the most loving and graceful and easy way, you must learn to learn to hear, feel, and sense the currents of life and work with them rather than push against them. Right? Rebelling just for rebel's sake. Right? Just because. Oh, that person told me not. Like, this is that. Hey, maybe this is not, oh, I'm going to run towards that. You don't want me to be with this person? Then I'm going to be with that person. You don't want me to do that? Then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to double down on doing it just because you told me that I wasn't supposed to do it. Tell me that I'm supposed to settle down. I'll spend my whole life being a bachelor running away. Right? There is something here about that. You're actually creating your own trap here. You're actually creating your own cage. What you think is giving you freedom is actually trapping you away from what would give you the most healing. One is working with the law of efficiency, and the other is working against the tide of life. It is not bad to choose the harder way sometimes. It can be a great learning experience, but you are being encouraged with the oracle to explore the easier and more graceful way more often, especially at this time in your life, because there is a helping hand, a natural wave of energy in life that is going to be able to support your rising spirit and manifesting something very beautiful and special in the world. Exactly. That's this Empress energy, right? There's also something else. That's this working hard energy was giving me. What was it that spreading against the tide is about to do it the hard way. Sometimes it can be a great learning experience. Yeah, karma. Yeah, again, it's that butting heads. Like, no, I'm supposed to go this way. I'm gonna force it. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna hold on to it too long. And then it's like it didn't work out anyway. It fell apart anyway. So I'm just never gonna try again. I'm just never gonna do that again. I'm gonna rebel against it, even though I'm rebelling against it out of like the wrong reasons or from, oh, that's what you want me to do, so I won't do that. That's not exactly the best reason or the healthiest reason why not to do it. Because again, like I said, there's somebody here that's being guided to step into their north node, and they're rejecting what that purpose is because they're just like, no, just cause, no, I won't, because I'm stubborn, because I said no. That's not what I know. But there is something inside of you that says there's something here to be had here. There's some kind of healing to be had. There's some kind of freedom, right? Because again, they're coming back around to you're creating your own cage with this. I'll never, it's like you're trapping yourself in a very particular place by thinking that you're running away from being caged. You're actually caging yourself in a different direction. And you're actually running away from the very, I said that earlier, but again, you're actually running away from the very thing that would release you, that would give you freedom, the freedom that you're actually searching for. It's kind of like this moment when you finally stop fighting it and you go with it and you're like, damn, I thought I would hate this, but this is actually what I wanted the whole time. It's that kind of energy. And it's like you are fighting this wave. Everything in your life keeps telling you, go this way, do this, go towards this person, do this thing. And you're like, fuck that. No, 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 no. Why? Have you asked yourself why? Because just cause it's not a reason to throw away your north node. It's not a reason to throw away your soul's life purpose. And for a lot of you, obviously, I do think a lot of it's deeper than just cause. But for a lot of you, your stubbornness is just cause. No, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. And then I feel like you're going to learn, the more you work on it, the more you're going to learn, actually, I do want this. I just don't want it the way that I knew it. I need to redefine what family is. I need to redefine what commitment is. I need to redefine, because I need to understand that I think that this means that, when really that it is only, it's toxic. That's what toxic family means. That's what toxic relationships are like. That's what, ungrounded, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So it's like, I need to redefine what this really means to me. And in this redefinition of that, I'm going to learn, wow, actually, I really do. It's like Spirit's asking you to be that character in the movie that's like, I'm a lone wolf. I don't need anybody. And then at the end of the movie, or the end of the character development arc, they are like the one that's like always keeping everybody together. Are they that one that settles down and gets married and has like a ton of kids or something like that? Because they learned along the way. It's kind of like this, I'm an injured loner. And then along this journey, I'm learning, actually, I can have friends. Actually, I don't have to do it alone. Actually, I can trust people. Actually, having people around feels really nice. Not having to be on my guard all the time, and just learning like, no, somebody else can have me. Somebody else can have my back. That's amazing. That's an amazing feeling when you learn, actually, I can really, when I learn, I can let the right one in, right? When I heal enough, I can learn that I won't be attracted to these people that are going to end up making me feel caged. That I'll be much more attracted. That I'll pay attention to the red flags. That I'll notice the signs of people who are trying to do those things, or people who aren't for me. It's like when I stop running away and actually look at it, I can learn, and I can learn that I don't have to run away all the time. I don't have to run away from it if I turn and heal it. And then I can just walk through life and breeze through life and feel a lot better. And when somebody that I know is like this cage energy walks up to me, I can be like, nope. Nope. Another person, oh, wow, you're really nice. Yeah, come on, let's come together. Nope. Nope. Yes, 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 I like you too. Come on, we can come together. Woo, woo, woo. That's what I see. I see you learning how to be like, no, no, no. And the more you turn around, and the more you turn away from people who aren't good for you, the more you're going to learn, damn, it feels so good to have people around me that I can really trust. Damn, it feels so good to have a partner that gives a fuck about me, that listens to me, that sits down, that hears me, that sees me, that turns off the game or turns off the phone, turns that and looks at me dead in my eye and says, what do you need from me? I'm here for you. We're here together. It's me and you together. We're fighting towards something. You can actually trust me. Like, what? And I'm telling you, when you get into this relationship or when you get into this that you're running away from, you're just gonna be like, oh my God. Like, I had no idea it could be this way. I had no idea that having true friends could feel so grounding and so good and so safe and so protected. I had no idea I could feel so much better than I did before. This is crazy, you know? Why was I running away from this for so long? Because this feels amazing. Yeah, yeah. This is beautiful. And like I said, you guys, I'm not trying to have pity, because I did, when I said that earlier, I heard somebody say, like, I don't want your pity. Like, I don't pity you. It's not pity that I have. It's called empathy. It's called me being like, damn, that must have really sucked to go through that. I'm so sorry that you went through that. And for some of you, that, like, it's learning that. It's learning the difference between, it's being like, I don't need your pity. I don't need your help. I don't need that. No, no, no. Get away from me. Get away from me. It's because you have a wound inside. It's because you're really scared to allow somebody in because you did that in the past and it really hurt you. And it got you fucked up. Right? It got you trapped up. But it doesn't have to be that way. You don't always have to feel that way about your life and about what you went through. It won't always be this way. Just work on yourself and heal a lot of these wounds that you're running away from. And you will actually be able to have friends and family in your life that you can trust. You will actually be able to have these people in your life that you can rely on. And you will be a person that people can rely on. And I think that it will be very healing for you to feel like that. For you to be like, when you have that friend that's going to be like, I trust you. And they mean it. And you know that you are worthy of that person's trust because you know that you're actually going to follow through, that you're actually going to show up, that you're actually going to be that person for them. And you're like, wow. The old me would have been so terrified to hear somebody say that. But the new me feels so celebrated. The new me, the more healed version of me, in the past, I would have ran away from that. But now I run towards it. Now I go, yeah, boo, I got you. And you really do. And you're like, wow, I'm proud to be me. I'm proud to be who I am. I'm proud of what I've accomplished and what I've built here. I see somebody sitting down looking around, and it could be at like some kind of celebration. It could be at some kind of, like, for some of you, it's some kind of like grand opening. For some of you, it's like you gathering around friends and family, and maybe perhaps like you go away on a trip or something like that. For some of you, it's you sitting around at like a family vacation or at a family event, like a holiday, like maybe Christmas or something like that. And you just have this moment where you're sitting around and you have all these friends that are laughing and kids are playing and they're running around. And you just have this moment of like, holy fuck, like this is what family really is. This is what it really means to have a family, to have friends, to have people who really care about you. Like, it feels so good, you guys. Oh my God. This deep realization that you have in this moment feels so amazing. And there's just kind of just like click, like link, like this is what I wanted the whole time. And I never saw it. The whole time I was running away from it because I was so scared to not get it or scared to lose it once I had it. But now that I have it, like I'm just so grateful that I'm experiencing it. It's amazing. Like, I just didn't know. I didn't know what family really meant. I didn't know what having a friend really meant. I didn't know what being reliable and having people that I could count on and also being a person that people count on. I did not know how gratifying and how amazing it would feel to be this person and to have this and to just sit around being like, wow, like I built this. We built this. We built this. And you're just sitting there like, oh my God, like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I made this choice. I'm so happy that I trusted myself. I'm so happy that I pushed myself beyond my comfort zone, out of my comfort zone. I'm so because I'm so like I told myself I was happy running around or doing that. That was not happiness. I was numbing myself. I was running away, you know? This is what it really means to be content. This is what it really means to be rooted. This is what it really means to be grounded. This is what it really means to have family. This is what it really means to be surrounded by people you can love and trust. Crazy. I'm very proud of the work that you've been doing on yourself so far, and I very much so encourage you to continue. Thank you for being here and being open up because this was a hard here. I was nicely, but I was on your ass, okay? I was on your ass. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. Perhaps you learned that love was about making yourself less in order to help another feel like more. This is not love. Okay? Because that's the truth is you being this version of yourself that runs away is actually a lesser version of you. And that doesn't mean that you're worthless or that you should feel terrible about yourself or anything like that. But there is this other version of you, a much more healed version of you that's just like, wow, no, I don't feel like running away. I don't feel trapped in a cage. I don't feel those things. That was my wounding. That was my scarring. That was all the lies I had been told. I can be this person and I can be who I am and I can be loved for being who I am. You know, I can be loved even with my past mistakes or even with decisions that I've made that weren't so good in the past. Like somebody's still here standing beside me telling me, I love you and I want to be with you. That's crazy. That's the kind of feeling that this is just like, wow, what? Life is good. Perhaps you learned that love was about making yourself less in order to help another feel like more. This is not love, nor is it continuously choosing sacrifice. It is a heart acting out its scars from the past. Your heart deserves to experience real love. As you gently claim this for yourself, you will find much strength within, much respect for yourself, and a willingness to receive much good in your life. Do you hear me? Or do you hear me? Do you hear God talking to you? Do you hear it? Okay. What is this? Cosmic heart, cosmic Christ. Yeah. Yeah. Because, yes, definitely a limiting belief. A limiting belief around family and what family can really mean and what it can really. I feel like you were betrayed by family in the past. In your past you felt very betrayed by your family, you know, when you were feeling diminished or drained. Yeah, exactly. You learned that being in a relationship was meant to drain you, or a lot of you might have had like an energy vampire, a narcissist, something like that around you when you were younger, and it's around healing that as well. Sharing love in a way that brings you closer to your soul mission this lifetime. It also attracts prosperity and abundance. Let love in. You do not have to suffer to grow now. You just need to let love flow. Yeah, somebody learned that love is suffering. Love is sacrifice, sacrificing who you really are. And that built a lot of resentment towards family, towards love, towards being in a relationship, towards being a parent, towards what you were taught. You were taught that love was to sacrifice yourself, to give up your hopes and your dreams to be what other people wanted you to be, so that the family could be great, so that the lineage could continue, so that whatever, for a name, so to build my empire. Yeah. So you're just selling me and buying me like property? Yeah. There is a wound around that. and you are healing that wound. And the family that you create around you is so beautiful. It brings tears to my eyes, you guys. It's so beautiful. It's so loving. It's so beautiful. It's so just, and it makes you, when you lay your head down at night, it makes you feel so safe. It makes you sleep so good and so soundly. Best sleep. The best sleep of your life. You know, some of you might have sleep issues and things like that, and it's because you come from a place, it's from PTSD, from not feeling safe, from not feeling grounded, from feeling this wound in your root chakra. I have been playing a root chakra healing meditation. Hurts in the background, okay? I hope it hasn't been too loud. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I really appreciate it, okay? Wow. These were two very beautiful readings. I feel so grateful to have been here, and I feel so grateful because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had to really fight to make this video today. Normally I don't, but I really had to fight to really push myself to push over some stagnant energy in my own life, to cleanse away some karmic energy in my own life, to really push myself to make this video. And I'm so happy that I did, because you guys' energy has made me feel so much higher vibrational. It's also like both of you, both the piles, and it just connecting with you guys and seeing you guys cleansing this away. It makes me so proud of you guys. Like, I am so proud of us. I'm so proud of how far we have been traveling. I'm so proud of how hard we've been working. I'm so proud of everybody out there who is choosing to clear their karma, who is choosing to give themselves and give their future generations and give their partners and give their friends and give the people that they love a better life, you know, by choosing to cleanse that and to clear that and to heal themselves, you know, and to just to show up for yourself. This is amazing, you guys. I'm so proud of you. I am. I'm so incredibly proud of you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for sharing your story with me. Thank you to your angel spirits and guides for guiding me to be here today. Mama! Stop, baby girl! I know you guys could hear her down there. It's because she wants her sister inside. Hold on, babies. Hold on. And thank you guys so much for being here with me today, okay? I hope that this gave you the love light or clarity that you were looking for, okay? If it didn't, don't let it take from you. It might not be the right time, or I might not be the right reader, and I'm okay with that, okay? I hope I didn't trigger you guys too much. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the work and healing that you're doing for you, for your family, for your future generations, for everybody, for your friends, for your family, for the beautiful communities that you're creating, and just for the world in general, that you're making a better and higher vibrational place with your healing, okay? I really appreciate it. Our future children, our future life, future life here on planet Earth appreciates it, and so thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for choosing to be born into this family and to elevate it and to higher, and to do better. To do better. Thank you for choosing to do better. That's just it. Just choosing a better life and choosing to do better for yourself. I really appreciate it, okay? And thank you to my angel spirits, guardians, and guides, and ancestors as well, for guiding me through this reading, for helping me to deliver it to you, and for keeping me safe and protected while doing so. If you guys feel drawn to working with me, my contact information is down below, okay? Thank you guys so very much, all right? And, wow. This has just been beautiful. I'm so very grateful for this. Thank you guys, and I will see you lovelies in the next one, okay? Bye!